Welcome back. Today we're working on how to build our brands, and I just want to give you a couple of things to remember when you look at your brand and how to make it better. The first thing is you cannot separate your brand from your vision. Our guest spoke about it a lot today. If you start off with the right vision, everything else can follow. If you start off with the right vision, you're going to create that infamous logo in a way that will always represent who your business is. It doesn't mean that, someday you can't tweak it, but chances are it will endure and it will represent you well. The next thing is be very clear on who your audience is and make sure that your brand represents that audience. A lot of us fall so in love with our own businesses and the way that we want it to look that we never stop and think about how it's going to work for our target market. Our target market wants to see something that represents them, something that they can relate to, something that feels right for them, and a brand that they feel like they can support. Think about some of the really terrible ad campaigns that have gotten even the big brands into hot water over the past couple of years. It hasn't been because the product isn't good. It's been because the brand has been betrayed by the way that they've implemented it out there in their ad campaigns and other media. So think about how your audience is going to react. Think about how your customers in particular are going to react. The next thing is, don't forget that it's part of you. Don't forget that this brand is a personality of yours as well. So when you're looking at your brand and when you're developing it and when you're working on it and when you're taking the steps in order to get it out there, make sure that this brand is something that you're proud of. Because the brands that we're the most proud of are the ones that we work on the toughest and the ones that we're not scared of putting more time into and more passion into in order to develop it into something better. The third thing that I want to just talk about very shortly is how are you measuring whether your brand is successful or not? If it's purely about awareness, simply ask people. What does this represent to you? Which company is this? If you saw this logo, what would you think it was? What does this name mean to you? If you're getting the answers that are accurate, great, you've done an awesome job of building that brand. But if you're not, ask them why. It might be something very small and something easy to change. And in that way, you know that you're building a brand that has longevity and a brand that will always be there in your customers' minds. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, goodbye.